The Happisburgh footprints in Norfolk are over 850,000 years old, and they are the oldest signs of human life in the present United Kingdom. These footprints are coincidentally the oldest footprints outside of Africa. By the Mesolithic Period, roughly 8,000 years ago, rising sea levels, aka tsunamis, made Britain the main island, for future reference in this video, and Ireland islands. Before, they were connected to Europe through a since-gone section of land called Doggerland, which is now the shallow part of the North Sea. During the Neolithic Age, 6,000 years ago, migrating people arriving on the island of Britain introduced agriculture, which greatly improved technology at the time by introducing concepts like farming, toolmaking, and we also get some very early cemeteries. A tribe known as the Celts migrated from what is now France to Britain and Ireland, and they created a new system where a group of Celtic high priests were in charge of groups of people. These Celtic high priests, or Druids, later built the world-famous Stonehenge in 3000 CE, or 5,000 years ago. The Romans then launched a successful invasion on Britain, where they conquered the Celts. The Romans then founded a city known as Londinium in 50 AD, or 1,920 years ago. It is what is now London, hence Londinium. The Roman emperor named Hadrian famously built Hadrian's Wall to keep out the Caledonians, another word for the Scots, out of Britannia, but this was not to last. Rome fell, I've been over it many times, allowing a Germanic tribe known as the Anglo-Saxons to take over Britannia. Britain's first monarchy began with Egbert as Britain's first king, but his lineage or his successors are not the ones we have today. The Anglo-Saxons later became intimidated by the Normans, a people who were descended from the Vikings and the Franks, or the early French, as they had married into each other. Surprise, surprise, the Normans then invaded Britain and defeated Harold Godwinson on October 24th, 1066. Harold Godwinson, king of the Anglo-Saxons, went against William of Normandy, who is prince. Many think Harold was killed by getting an arrow in the eye, but the truth is shrouded in mystery today. Prince William became King of England. He wasn't just a prince, he was a conqueror, William the Conqueror. William's descendants continue to rule Britain to this day, over 1,000 years later. William's descendants also boiled into two factions, the Yorkists and the Lancastrians. Disputes between the two over who would rule Britain led to a series of battles known as the War of the Roses. The Lancastrians and Yorkists later came to an agreement where they would merge to create a new house to rule Britain, known as the Tudors, but they only ruled for so long. Some famous Tudors include Henry VIII and Elizabeth I. Here comes the English Civil War, later erupting over the dispute of whether they should have a monarch or not. Those who wanted a monarch were known as the monarchists, led by King James II. Those who wanted no monarch and for the United Kingdom to become a republic, were known as the Roundheads and were led by Oliver Cromwell. His brutal policies included banning Christmas. James II won the English Civil War and the monarchy was restored. Cromwell was later executed for all of people to see his head displayed on Tower Bridge. The British then merged with the Scots to become Great Britain. British colonists later arrived in North America to create the colonies. You know what's next. What's next is the American Revolution, allowing the colonists to form the United States of America. Britain then started the colonial era with the scramble for Africa, trying to get more land after they lost the colonies in North America. the British Empire was created and is the largest empire in history. Britain then gained Northern Ireland after a religious dispute, creating the modern United Kingdom, but we're nowhere near done. The United Kingdom then won World War II by forcing Germany to sign the Treaty of Versailles, along with the other allies. Then the United Kingdom also won World War II by pressuring Nazi Germany to a point where Hitler committed suicide in his underground bunker, all thanks to the brilliant leadership of Winston Churchill. The United Kingdom was then shook by the death of Princess Diana and when she crashed in her limousine caused by the horrible paparazzi. And that brings us to the most recent event in British history, Brexit, where the British Parliament, almost divided in half, voted to leave the European Union, known as Brexit. And with that, that is my modern history of the United Kingdom. Thank you for watching, and I'll make more history videos, and thank you.